new breed, global truth.
Mic check, what up? Shalom, everybody. I hope the Most High God is blessing you all abundantly. Welcome to another stream. Yo, in this particular broadcast, we're going to have some real talk today, y'all. We're going to really get into it. I want to talk about how the love of money will make you crash out. Now, I don't know if you all have been keeping up with Snowfall, particularly season 6. But I want to say that John Singleton produced a masterpiece. And I mean that in all sincerity, because of what the story is telling. The fall from grace of a powerful drug lord whose operation looked like it was unstoppable. And this story of Franklin Saint, this figurative character, is the story of many, many melanated men that are in the hood right now as we speak. A lot of our uncles, fathers, some of our grandfathers, older brothers. A lot of our brothers have fell to the evil of the money. What my man Pac say? Gotta be careful. Don't let the evil of the money trap you. I'm telling you. The love of money will make you crash out. And it's like it's so many people on this rat race for this piece of paper with dead presidents' faces on it. People are giving up their souls. They're compromising their code of conduct, ethics, morals, guidelines, everything for the almighty dollar. Even people who are just working in corporate America, people who are working on social media, people who are just caught up in making that dollar. They are also on a one-way ticket to hellfire, on the brink of crashing out. And they don't even realize it. Now, I'm not telling you not to go out here and make a living for yourself. I'm not telling you to not get what's rightfully yours. But what I am saying is that vanity leads to deceit. And it's a real cold place when you lose everyone around you and you lose sight of what's important in your life. And your integrity goes out of the window. Why? Because you want to make a dollar. Right? Now, I want to play, in case some of you all haven't, even seen this TV show, although it's just a TV show and I'm using it as a talking point, and I'm going to cross-reference it with some scriptures and really break this down because, man, there's so many people just really caught up in that almighty dollar. So many people, as I'm speaking to y'all right now, that are just tired. They're tired and don't even realize how tired they are because their minds have been fixated on those dead presidents. But fair use. Federal law allows citizens to redistribute small portions of copywritten material for the purposes of teaching, edification, parody, criticism. This is a commentary reactionary video, and this is transformative in nature.
Had amassed a seemingly unbeatable drug dealing empire during Snowfall. But by the end of the season finale, his evil enterprise had crumbled. What had become of the kingpin himself? As it followed the emergence of Franklin Saint as he established a vast drug-dealing empire in the center of his Los Angeles neighborhood over the course of its 6 seasons on FX and Hulu, Snowfall has been a riveting watch. Franklin Saint's kingdom, however, has been slowly crumbling around him in Season 6 as opponents from all sides have been closing in on him.
And listen, that's how it is, man. When you're making that fast money, it's only a matter of time. before the jealousy kicks in. There's only a matter of time before all your enemies and foes begin to watch you. You know, there's so many drug lords who was taken out by a crackhead, for lack of better terms, a drug addict, rather. You know, when you get to stunting on a broken man's dreams, you don't know what somebody gonna do. And these days, right now, these youngers out here, they on all kind of designer drugs. I mean, they out here tweaked out. Literally, you could just walk in the wrong alley and one of these young guys will just smoke you for no reason. And then go into the drive-thru at McDonald's, eat a Big Mac like ain't nothing happened to you. And then they're going to sit there and laugh about it and talk about how they took you out your boots. Literally, that's how wild it is these days. A lot of these youngers on demon time right now. That's why you can't play around with these streets, man. It's going to have an expiration date. You're going to either end up crashing out mentally, and you're going to be so distraught, and you're going to see so much dysfunction that you're not even going to be able to think straight. And you're going to have to self-medicate, or you're going to end up behind bars for life. Or you're going to be in that grave. You're going to be in that pine box with worms eating your head, worms eating your body. That's just what it is, man. It's really no game out here. A lot of y'all youngins got to start moving like you know what your purpose is. It's too much money to be made, man. It's marketing going on in different places online. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's all kind of things you can be doing to make a buck for yourself. You just got to figure out the game, because we wasn't taught a lot of things. We wasn't taught how to build our businesses. We wasn't taught how to, you know, do things a specific way, but the knowledge is increasing. The streets is dead, y'all. Real talk. Anyway, let me continue.
Leaving fans of Snowfall worried about what might happen to the character. Throughout Snowfall, Franklin Saint's main objective has been to win his freedom so that he won't have to submit to the law. In a sense, Franklin succeeds in his goal, but at a tremendous cost. He loses all he had worked so hard to build, even his childhood home.
He lost everything. And you know why that is? Because the scriptures tell you in Proverbs 13:11, wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. Listen, anything you get in life that's done the fast way, the ski mask way, or a vain way, because that means, you know, stripping, showing yourself scantily clad, you know, just that quick dollar. Anything you get by vanity it'll go away. You won't have it forever. That fast money, as quick as you get it, that's as quick as it goes. I'm telling you right now. I done seen the best of the best rise up. And I done watched the best of them fall. Why? Because the way they were making their dollars. And everything that glitter is not gold. And just because the money is looking good and you making a lot of it in a quick amount of time, doesn't mean that the Most High won't take it from you overnight. Overnight. And you got some people who don't know how to cope with taking L's, man. That's one thing about it, man. When you really been through some things in life and you came from the bottom and you struggled, you ain't have food on the table growing up, and you really had to improvise, yo, you know how to go without. The Most High God will train you how to take losses and everything and about what you have. You know, it's so many young dudes making so much money off them streets so early. They don't really get a chance to really fit in society in a way where they learn the value of a dollar, where they truly learn the value of a dollar. That's why so many youngins that's still living in the hood, I'm talking about right in the belly of the beast with their aunts, grandmothers, all that, still got $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 in a mattress. Still living in the hood. Got all this money, still living in the hood. Why? They haven't learned the value of the dollar, because they didn't work for that money the right way. They got it by vanity, so they don't appreciate what they've made because they got it the wrong way. It's blood money. Blood money has a different feel to it. You can't bless nobody with blood money. Blood money can only curse. That's all it can do. Real talk.
Two years later, in 1990, Franklin and Leon reunite for the last time in Cho's convenience store in the episode Tenepulon. Following the passage of the Len Bias Law, formerly known...
And you know how many brothers was sharp on their feet, sharp on their toes, sharp with their mind, on point, knew precisely how to move out in these streets, was out here narrowly escaping it with their lives, sitting in a round table with certain people because they had the gift of gab. And now you got those same people, they in front of that liquor store. I'm telling you right now, they in front of that liquor store. Some of the things that these, what we call the old heads, be telling us, like when they be talking to us out there in the streets, and they be saying, listen, I was rolling with this group of people. You know what I'm saying? I was cool with this person. I was, cool. I was in all the circles. We be thinking they capping. We thinking, oh man, old timer, you ain't been there and done that. I'm telling you, that's real life. Them old timers been seen it all, bro. They done it all. Had the bag. You know what I'm saying? There's some old timers in front of that liquor store that was millionaires, bro, at one point. Millionaires. But they went all the way to the top only to crash out because they couldn't take the pressure, bro. When you got a lot of money, millions of dollars, there's a lot of pressure that come with that. A lot of people be thinking that's what they want, is they want to be the richest people out here and have it all, man. What do it cost a man to gain the entire world and to lose your soul? Seriously. 1 Timothy 6:8 says, having food and raiment, let us therewith be content. Yes. Look, when you have food and raiment, you got to learn how to be content, y'all. There has to be a limit. There has to be a point that you say, you know what, I'm not going to go no further than this. And I'd rather hit a ceiling, bump my head against the wall a few times than actually crash out. You understand? When you happy with what you got, not saying to be lazy or stagnant. Of course, you want to always pursue new things, but you got to be most gracious for what you got. Because listen, I always wonder, how can drug dealers have millions of dollars, but at the same time, they can't stop getting to it. They can't stop hustling. They can't stop risking their lives. You got all this money. Why are you still in them streets? It's the allure. It's not the fact that they're lacking anything. It's a power. It's a power thing. It's a desire to see those digits coming in. It ain't about you having what you need. It's just a power thing. But you got to be content with what you got. It's an addiction. It's a real addiction. Yeah, real talk. Let me go ahead and continue here.
Known as the Anti-Drug Abuse Act of 1986, which threatened drug distributors with considerably harsher punishments, Leon gives Franklin the opportunity to assist with the legal clinic he has established to assist the black community. Franklin declines, claiming that he is now at last absolved of any accountability.
And see, that's what ended up happening with a lot of these old timers. They straight up turn to the drugs, the coke, you know what I'm saying, herringbone, rock, all of that. Why? Because they done gave up on life. They done crashed out. They done seen the heights of what they feel life is supposed to be. And now it's like they not even living no more. It's like they're among the dead. And you know, I sit up here and watch this show, and I was thinking, I said, man, yo, they did a really good job of showing you the mentality of these people who actually crash out. because Franklin, he started off a man who loved his mother, loved her. Spoiler alert. At the end, he calling his mama a B word. I mean, he going off. Why? Because she got rid of Teddy, which was the CIA agent that stole Franklin's money. You know, and before the wire transfer to get half of it back, the mother, she straight up shot and killed the CIA agent so she could basically protect him. She did that to protect Franklin and kill two birds with one stone, avenge the CIA operative who took out her husband. But Franklin didn't have no respect for his own mother. He had no respect for nobody or nothing. But this is what happened. Money can ruin you. The love of it can ruin you. There's people right now who are rising up in fame, notoriety, success in their various fields. And I'm telling you right now, that same narcissistic mentality is on a whole lot of people, bro. A whole lot of people. Look, the Bible tells us this. And let me see. It's First Timothy chapter 10. It reads. No, it's 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. I'm telling you, they were showing Franklin Saint waking up in cold sweats, waking up and can't breathe. You know, that's a spiritual thing. They showed you the spiritual dynamics in this show. When he said, man, I wake up, I can't even breathe. You done pierced yourself through with many sorrows. There's so many youngins out there right now who are having midlife crisis and they ain't even reached 20 yet. I don't think people understand how real it get when you make money. The only thing that you center your heart around, right? But man, it's real, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, somebody said they've been there. Real talk. I know exactly what they talking about because, you know, I haven't always been the person that I am now. So I can speak from experience that I've done certain things in my life that I'm not proud of. And I'm just gracious that the Most High changed the direction of my life for the better. And he used this mind of mine to do something righteous opposed to doing things in the streets to make a quick buck. You know what I'm saying? And right now, all this drill music, all this damn, you know, trap music, you know, it got these youngins out here like head gone. Really. They living like the people on these movies, on these shows, but they're not even paying attention to the consequences. That's why I say that this show is a masterpiece. Because it showed how everybody is affected by that lifestyle. These youngins don't get that. They hearing this trap music. They hearing this demon time music, this body hacking Lil Uzi Vert music. And it's like these youngins will lift up a pistol, turn it to their brother, pull the trigger without even blinking, bro, without even thinking twice. And it's nothing to them. Why? Because they possess, man. It's over. It's over for a lot of them, man. They soulless out here. A lot of skinwalkers in the streets, and it's all for $1. Yeah, they murdering their own kinfolks. Real talk. Lively Cut shares Proverbs 1:10-12. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up. Real talk. And that's basically telling you brothers out there not to roll with the hard heads, not to roll with them individuals who up to no good. Because there are people who just lurk. I had one of my homeboys tell me the other day, and you know, he a OG at this point. We all OGs at this point. He was like, man, you know, he's back at home in DC. Say he walked through an alley just trying to take a shortcut to get home. And some youngin had his hand on the trigger. Like, underneath the jacket, he just had his hand right there on the trigger and was about to go ahead and lash out on him for no reason. And he like, yo, he didn't even know what to do. So he just told the young man, look, man, you don't get no points off of that. Because that's what it is these days. They're up the burner on you, up the ratchet on you for no reason. Just because they can get away with it. There's nobody out there. There wasn't nobody around. So OG was like, look, you ain't going to get no points for that. Stuck both his hands out. You ain't going to get no points for that. Because listen, a lot of these youngins be killing for clout. And if it ain't no points involved, even though, they savages and waiting to hurt innocent people. If it ain't no points involved, if they can't get the clout from it, that's how he had to talk him out of that. For no reason. Senseless crime. And you'll be surprised at how many people die in the streets off of situations like that. A lot of the time you think it's about some grand scheme, some beef over a neighborhood. No, there's people who get taken out every day in the streets just off for no reason, just because it's drugs involved, it's demonic possession involved, and youngins just be out there up in the burners for no reason. It's terrible like that. Right. Yo, Spiritual Socrates, thank you for the 10. I appreciate the support, bro.
When the two go back to Franklin's house, the authorities are already there and are taking possession of it. Thus, it turns out that he is also free from a residence. Although certainly not unwarranted, the series finishes on a depressing note for Franklin as he starts wandering the streets of the neighborhood.
So he lost everything, even lost his home and everything, the place he lay his head. Listen, the scriptures tell you in Job 15:31, let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense. Ooh, let him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense. So he that trusts in vanity will lose everything. That is like these scriptures are telling you what happens. This will be the vicious cycle that continues. And these type of curses right here they affect generations. Like Franklin's son is going to go through the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Even though the mother took him off to live a better life or whatnot. But a lot of times the sins of the fathers are passed down, bro. This type of stuff affects you for generations to generations, bro. Real talk. Love Shauna, thank you for the $20 super sticker. I appreciate the support. And Lady D Davis, thank you as well. I appreciate the support.
His drug enterprise wrecked with just a bottle. There won't be.
He was just left with him and his bottle at the end. A man who had it all, millions of dollars. Leon was like, yo, here's a 20 so you can hit the liquor store. Franklin Saint was like, Andrew Jackson. Oh, man. That's how it is. Imagine coming from millions of dollars and then being geeked up over getting a $20 bill to go in the store and get you a bottle. And that's your life. I'm telling you, man, it's just not worth it. But this is how I end up. When you love money, you crash out. Psalm 62:9. Surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree are a lie, to be laid in the balance. They are altogether lighter than vanity. See, whether you have a low degree of vanity or a high degree, you're living a lie. And you're going to be laid in the balance all together, because what's vain will fade. Vanity is deceit. And when you become lovers of pleasure, lovers than lovers of the Most High, man, you're going to crash out. You're going to have so many spirits in you. You're going to be fighting so many demons. Listen, there is people who just make content. There's people who work a 9 to 5 but they're doing something that goes against their own morals. They work for some type of Fortune 500 company, and they're getting access to different perks in society. Some of those things are robbing the souls out of people as we speak. And it ain't nothing like when you get money and you have it and you realize that you still empty. See, the same person Franklin is after losing his money, he would have been the same person with the money. He would have crashed out with the money. You know how many millionaires are sitting in their mansions right now, abusing themselves through alcoholism, various drugs, just a wicked lifestyle altogether. And we wonder how these people just be popping up dead. We wonder why these people just end up destroyed. The pressure of the money. Yo, Spiritual Socrates, thanks for the 10 says, King, I didn't put my message in. These are straight meat suit skinwalkers, like your sayings. Your message is on point. You deserve the three super chats. God bless you, my brother. Thank you, Socrates. I appreciate the support, family.
Be a 7th season of Snowfall on FX. That's because the writers of the show have decided to discontinue it after season 6, because Franklin Saint's terrible journey has finally come to an end. Several weeks before season 5 ended.
And you know, Leon, he had a tough road too in the show. You know, Leon accidentally took out a child. You know, this dude been through it, went back and forth to Africa. And I understand this character. I would honestly say I relate to Leon's character more than any character on the show. Because I understand Leon. I get his thought process. And Leon, you know, he went to Ghana, you know, took his wife out there. They got married, went back and forth from Ghana, back into the States. He couldn't get rid of some of his old habits. And that's how it is, man, when you in the motherland. And I really related to that. And if I'm not mistaken, first of all, let me not put the cart before the horse. I relate to his plight. Because once you go to the motherland, bro, and you experience life on the other side of the map, once you done been over the Red Sea, and once you done been over Egypt, and you done land in the motherland, and you felt that energy field and that shift and that deep spiritual connection, and you actually planted your feet down on the soil, yo, your mindset really changes when you place back in the States. So for them to show that, this show to put that on display, it was amazing to me because I was really relating to it as I was going through it myself, coming back into the States, trying to adjust, because you have to come back and literally try to adjust back to this place and the demonic frequency that is under. And although people over there don't have as much, they're not into capitalism as much as we are. And they're not killing each other, destroying each other like we are over here. Let me tell you something. It's just a different vibe when you go from getting treated like a brother, and then you come back and all you get is mean mugs and cold stares from jealous, hating Negroes who just want to see you destroyed. When you see the envy in people, when nobody show love, when you coming back to a place where your own people don't even speak, bro. When you walk down the street, it's like people don't even say hi. What's up? Hey, what's up? Nothing. They just ice grilling you. And it's just a bad feeling because this place have a way of bringing the worst out of you. You know what I'm saying? It really does. It has a way of bringing the worst out of you. But at the same time, with Leon's character, he went over there, gained a lot of insight, but he came back and had to get his edge back. And, you know, he started to deal a different way. He was trying to do it with a conscience. But ultimately, at the end, he had to leave. He had to go back to Ghana with his wife. He only came to visit Franklin in 1990. But, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you got to remove yourself out of a place. And I think that's what the producer was trying to get across. The message that was conveyed by Leon's character is you could be a good person, bro. You can have a good spirit. And, you know, if you stay in the same environment, you don't change. It's like, you know how many of our souls are trapped in the city, in the heart of the city? Like, you know how many of us are good people who really, if we were to just change our location, if we was to get into a rural area, country area, or get to another country where we feel more at home and at peace, do you know everything would change? You would begin to glow. It's the frequency of the hood, man. It's the frequency of the beast. It has a real impact on our lives. Edward Meyer, thank you for the $20 contribution. I appreciate the support. And Chosen Enigma, let me read this scripture. It says, fierce despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. Yup. And that's what you got to deal with here in this country. You got to deal with fierce despisers of those that are good. They really are fierce despisers. They're heady and high-minded. And they really are, man. They think, a lot of people who got money think they ish don't stink. You know, they think they better than the next person. Then you got a lot of individuals who living above their means anyway, and everything ain't what it seems. Let me let y'all in on something. Let's make this clear. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you save. Now I'm going to speak on money management briefly here. It's not about making millions of dollars if your bills are millions of dollars or more and you're in debt. It's about how much money can you save? You can legit work a regular 9 to 5, but you are not living above your means. You're calculated and smart. You're doing a lot of times what our Spanish brothers do. When they come down, they save a lot of money, go back home. You know why? Because they're not living above their means. They understand the goal at hand. But, you know, with our people, and I'm going to be straight up, I don't care who's offended. Our people are the most proud, arrogant, heady, high-minded people in the world. And we are the people who have less than anybody in the world. Do you understand what I'm saying? We are at the damn bottom of the barrel. And I think it's time that people get a reality check of where our state is at. The state of the black man. We don't own We don't own anything, but we the proudest people walking around bragging, boasting. Look at my chain. Look at my watch. Look at my car. You are the most stunting, braggadocious people in the world, but don't own land like that. Y'all don't own no land. You don't own anything. You don't have your own financial system. You don't have your own economy. This is not your land. And I mean that in the sense of you haven't acquired it. You haven't seized what is yours, but y'all the most proud, boastful, bragging people out here. You would think black people have everything the way we on these music videos, perpetrating, putting on a facade in the front. We just not in a position to carry ourselves that way. Brent, thank you for the $10 contribution. Says, letting you know there are white folks like me that support you and your cause. Your videos on being alone hit hard for me. Thank you. Thank you, Brent. I appreciate the support. And yeah, we welcome everyone here to the platform. So, you know, it's no issues with, with any race here. We deal with everybody. We all brothers and sisters. Ain't none of us choose who we were going to be born into. Nobody chose our parents or none of that. So, you know, racism is an illusion. We dealing with good versus evil. Anyway, let us continue.
On April 5, 2022, it was announced that Snowfall had been renewed for one more season. According to a statement from FX's president of original programming, Nick Grad, about the renewal, we are thrilled to order a 6th season that will enable Dave Andron, Walter Mosley, and the rest of the producers to bring Snowfall to a climatic final showcasing the brilliance of everyone involved. From the stellar cast, led by Damson Idris, to the writers, directors, artists, and crew.
I'm going to tell you right now, this show was hands down, undoubtedly, the best TV series in TV history, if you ask me, because it has so many nuggets in it. It was a very balanced show. It really told you the mind frame of the sociopath, the psychological deterioration that comes with love and money. It shows you, it makes scriptures jump off the page. Ecclesiastes 8:14 tell us, there is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men unto whom it happened according to the work of the wicked. Again, there be wicked men to whom it happened according to the work of the righteous. I said that this also is vanity. Wow. So you will have wicked people so vain that they will begin to come against the righteous in vanity, because there's going to be nothing that comes out of them rising up against the righteous. It also says there's a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men unto whom it happened to according to the work of the wicked. So they're basically acquiring everything by wickedness. Real talk. Somebody just joined in, says, what is the show name? The show is called Snowfall. This is literally 6 seasons of this show. And if you're watching the stream, if you just joining us, this has been a spoiler alert. It has been like 3 days since the season finale aired. So I did spoil the end. In case you didn't see it, I gave you the spoiler alert, right? Yep, exactly. Eliza, she says, put up again thy sword. And this is Matthew 26:52. For all that take the sword shall die with the sword. Yep, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. Live by the sword, die by the sword. And a lot of youngins don't understand that. I don't care how smart you think you are. I don't care how quick you are on your feet. I don't care how much you're able to manipulate. You are not going to outsmart the game. You are not going to outwit the game. It is undefeated. Some of you all call it karma. The Most High God in the Bible says what goes around comes around. Straight up. Whatever you do in this earth, there will be a response to your actions. Real talk. Let's see. Let's go here. And we are in Ecclesiastes 9:9. Live joyfully with thine wife, whom lovest all the days of thy life, of thy vanity, which he have given thee under the sun, all the days of thy vanity. For that is thy portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun. So it's saying, hey, listen, get you a wife of your youth, settle down, chill out. Everything the Most High gave you, everything you work for through labor. That's what you take of under the sun. And that's what will be sustained. Anything you take by labor. Listen, let me tell you something. Hard work pays off. Don't let nobody ever tell you nothing different. I know there's a lot of quick ways to make $1 in these days, especially in this popcorn society. But hard work and dedication, that is a house built on concrete right there. When you going out there getting your hands dirty, you striving, you grinding, and you doing what you doing, you got to understand that's how you keep money. Real talk. And it's the crazy part is, even if it look like it ain't paying out. And I hope this inspires and encourages some of you brothers on your daily routine, doing your thing. Listen, even if it don't seem like it's paying off, the Most High God see everything you do. The Most High see everything you do, working hard on your gig, on that 9 to 5, to secure you and your family, your wife, your children, or even yourself. If you single, God Almighty see you working hard. You know, even though you living in a world where ladies feel like it's not cool to have a job because a lot of these women out here selling their bodies and trying to push their homegirls into peer pressure. Listen, a lot of you brothers don't think it's fly to get a gig, and anybody doing things the right way is frowned upon these days. All you chosen ones who trying to do what's right in your life, people act like it's the worst thing on earth, right? Keep on striving, keep on working, keep being inspired day in and day out, because even if it doesn't look like it's paying off immediately, the Most High see everything you do. There'll be certain doors of opportunities closed, and you'll be like, man, why couldn't I get that opportunity to make more money? Maybe the Most High got something even bigger for you. And remember, the Lord likes to see how you deal with the things you have. He's not going to elevate some of y'all because you're not taking care of the things you got. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you got a bucket, you out here driving a Honda Accord, you know what I'm saying? Busted radiator seats, messed up, but you just keep it dirty and you let it go to ruins. You don't try to maintain it. You don't try to get an oil change, nothing. Why would the Most High reward you with something nicer? The Most High God is in the business of management. Management is important. It's all about anything you manage, that's what you would keep. If you don't manage your body will start to fall apart. If you don't manage your relationship's going to go to shambles. If you don't manage your money, you're going to lose your money. Like life is about management, bro. And this is, I don't know who this is for, but there's a brother in this chat that need to hear this. Somebody said, yeah, you got to keep up your maintenance. Facts. Somebody says, people just don't ever doubt God. Be patient. Wait on him. Don't try to go ahead of him. Let him do what he do best. Take care of his children. 100. That's real talk. And that's what a lot of people do. They go over the Most High's head. And there's certain people that's blessed with skills and various talents. And God Almighty gave you those gifts. And you got individuals who will use it for evil. They'll begin to make money and do things using it the right way. But then they fall for the devil's trick. Let me tell you something. The devil is a liar. Make no mistake about that. Some of you rappers out here, entertainers who are being deviant, wicked, perverse, and sell your souls because you believe that's what you have to do. That's a lie. You could have got everything you got by doing right. The devil tricked you. Like I heard the other day, 21 Savage said, and you know what's interesting? I met 21 Savage bodyguard. He actually was one of my neighbors. And, you know, he got pictures with him and everything like that. But anyway, that's beside the point. I met, you know, not. Well, anyway, 21 Savage said the other day, he said he can't start rapping about Jesus or the Lord because he would have no fans. That's what he said. He said it's not that, you know, he don't have a belief system, but if he was to rap about it, that'd just be bad for business. Well, that's a lie. The devil is a liar. That's not true. And, you know, I believe that 21 Savage does have some type of spirituality because I know his body, one of his bodyguards. And, you know, he's a God-fearing man himself. So I wouldn't doubt that. But he said, you know, he can't rap about that because nobody will listen to it. That's a lie. You will have your fan base. Whatever you do in this life will attract the people that you are meant to attract. So those words he said are very foolish. That's a deception from the enemy. And no disrespect to the brother, but that's not wise words. Somebody said, The warlocks would say anything. I mean, hey, yeah, that's excuses. It is. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I just call it like I see it. Somebody said God can never lie. Real talk. Somebody said don't talk about him, pray for him. Well, I'm not talking about him in a derogatory way. He just made that information public. 21 publicly said he would rap about the Lord, but people would not support it. So I'm reacting to it. Sometimes I get frustrated when people try to tell me how to run my platform. I do not like that. If I'm addressing something somebody publicly say and I'm addressing it publicly, that's not me talking about the person. But for real, man, a lot of people got to get that vanity out of their heads, man. Too many people crashing out. Too many people turning to the damn pipe. Too many people turning to all evils because of the sorrows they've been pierced with. Job 7:3 says, so I am made to possess months of vanity, and wearisome nights are appointed to me. Ooh, let me read that again. So I am made to possess months of vanity, and wearisome nights are appointed to me. See, this is what happens. This is why they have a problem sleeping at night. Like when Franklin Saint was waking up saying he can't breathe. Those are worrisome nights. I'm going to tell you something. When you get in the most clout, when you get in the most fame, notoriety, the most money, you got everything going for you. I don't think a lot of people understand. A lot of times, those are the people who are experiencing the most worrisome nights. Those are the people who are having a difficult time sleeping. Those are the people being plagued with sleep paralysis, nightmares. Those are the people dealing with demons. Those are the people, exactly, Courtney. Those are the people who are scared to lose it all. There's a lot of fear that comes with success that people don't talk about. There's so many people who can't even enjoy their money. They can't enjoy it. They got all this money, millions of dollars, hundreds and thousands of dollars. They cannot enjoy it. Why? Because they're living their whole lives to try to maintain it in fear of losing it. That is no way to live your life. There's no way to live. Money will defile your heart. It will change the intentions of your spirit. It will literally change the trajectory of your life. It will have you out here serving mammon. You only can serve one or two masters, either God, Yah, or mammon. There's no in between. There's no in between, y'all. Man, I'm telling you, these scriptures are jumping off the page, ain't they? If y'all getting edification, y'all know what to do. Pound the like button, because this is the type of content that should be spread abroad. Psalms 119 and 37, it says, turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken thou me in thy way. This is what you got to pray to the Lord. Turn my eyes away from the material things. Fixate my mind on heavenly things, and all things shall be added unto me. And you got to walk in that and watch the Most High start blessing you with things. Once you show that you know how to maintain, once you show that you don't squander your blessings, once you show that you can care whether you have it or lose it. Listen, let me tell you something. All the chosen ones, it ain't nothing they can do to us. We cannot be bought or sold. We operate in a different code of law. We have different regulations that we abide by. And we ain't selling out for no dollars. We don't care about being seen trying to be cute for every damn body. We don't care about everybody liking us. We don't mind standing out. We don't mind being peculiar. We don't mind being have-nots. If that means we can inherit the kingdom, we all just trying to fight to secure our souls. And the things that we get here on this life, in this life, The things that we acquire under the sun is used to do the will of the Father. It's used for legacy. It's used for family. It's used to bless others. What's the point of having all that money if you are not blessing others? If your children can't, grow up and have something that's substantial that they can pass down to their children. Look, the Bible says a righteous man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Your mindset should be on your children and your children's children, your bloodline. That's what kills the whole idea of vanity. For me personally, that's what killed the idea of vanity for me in any level of selfishness. Once you have children, it changes you. You don't even care no more. That's why people be walking around with dad jeans, even though you ain't gonna catch me with no damn dad jeans. That's dead. Hell nah. But anyway, I get it. That people be out here sacrificing for their children. They sacrifice for their children. They don't care about having certain things no more because it's about passing certain things down. Now, I'm not telling you not to live your life and get the things that you like. There's nothing wrong with having things. It's nothing wrong with, buying things you like or visiting places you like and using your money to have experiences in life. But don't be a selfish energy. Real talk. It goes on to say, and we in Psalms 41:6. And if he come to see me, he speaketh vanity. His heart gathereth iniquity to itself. When he goeth abroad, he telleth it. See, when you caught up in that vain lifestyle, your heart gathers iniquity. Your heart literally becomes black. Franklin Saint, in this show, you can watch the deterioration of his soul. You can watch the man turn black, cold-hearted. You can see it. And I've seen this time and time again from youngins. Listen, there's some youngins that, well, they're not youngins no more. They grown men. But there's people that I grew up with, which I won't say names, or not even people I grew up with, but more so people who were associates that I knew from a distance. I watched them deteriorate. And I don't mean in a sense of they, are alcoholics, drug addicts, or whatever the case may be. I mean, spiritually deteriorate, become cold-blooded, cold-hearted. And, of course, you got to be a man in this world. And somehow the melanated man grows up and he becomes hard, man. He has to be stringent. He has to be austere in order to survive this. You know what I'm saying? But some guys, man, they got their energy misdirected. It's to their own people. Somebody said, is that the last season of Snowfall? I believe it is. I believe it is. The way it ended, I'm pretty sure that's the last season. I believe that Leon and the woman who played his wife, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they secured a spinoff show. And if they did, I'm going to watch that. If they get a spinoff show with them in Africa, I will definitely watch that show. That would be very interesting. Daniel Baxter, thanks for the $5 contribution, says shalom. This is a great message tonight that I just learned from. All praises. Terrence Green, thanks for the $10 super sticker. I appreciate the support. Yeah, this has to be the last season. Let's see. I mean, these scripts is jumping off the page, man. Job 35:13. Surely God will not hear vanity, neither will the Almighty regard it. That's right. Most High ain't trying to hear that. A lot of people out here conceiving mischief just to make a dollar, man. And I'm telling you, man, and here's the crazy part. The Most High gonna laugh at your calamity. It's best to turn to him. At the sound of my voice, a lot of you people out here who worried about finances and keeping a dollar, listen to me right now. Who do you serve? Is it money or is it God? Let me ask you even a better question. Would you sacrifice everything if you had a visitation from the Lord? If he told you, just like Christ, as an example, told his disciples to leave everything behind and follow me, would you do it? Would you do it? Would you really ride for the Most High? Because I said this before. Some people would rather have $5 million than 5 minutes with the Creator. They rather have all the rudiments of this earth and everything that comes with it than have a greater understanding on all the mysteries of the universe. And that's just sad. Because if you spent 5 minutes with the Most High, you would know, you can acquire any and everything because you would know the one who provides everything. The Most High can make you rich overnight if that's what he wants for you. Some of y'all right now, the Most High can literally put $1 million in your mailbox from some great ancestor that you ain't even know about or something. He could just give you whatever he want to give you. And through our obedience, it tells us in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, it tells us that we will be blessed. It's not just curses that come with keeping his laws and being upstanding. There's blessings that come. So although I'm talking about money being the root, the love of money being the root of all evil, the chosen and righteous need to know this as well. Poverty shall not fall upon you. Poverty is a curse. You are not meant to be in poverty, but you are meant to have things in abundance. But at the same time, you are meant to know how to live with it and deal with it properly. You are meant to be triumphant and have things, but you got to refocus your energy. There's so many people out here who want everything and they working hard to get to it. I see some people make content just as an example, right? And it's not organic. It's forced. You can't force this. You can't force anything that the Most High has for you, because those doors will never open up. If you ain't tapping into him, bowing to something greater than yourself, you cannot force fate. He can give you all things. Yep. Somebody said your heart and mindset is worth more than platinum, gold, silver, and money. Right. And a lot of people don't know what they got until they're in a real bad situation. Some of y'all got some apartments, may not be the size apartment you want, may be an efficiency. Who knows? But you don't know how beautiful that efficiency is until you in a 8x8 jail cell with pissy walls, a stinking cell eating mush. You won't. And you can't go outside and you got this small window. You don't know how beautiful that efficiency was. Now while you sitting down doing a little time, now you realize how beautiful it is that you had what you had. Now you grateful, like, man, I would love to be in my efficiency right now. That's how you would feel if you was in that cell. And shout out to all the brothers who are in cells that they escaped in their mind. They have the strong mind to not be a product of their environment. Shout out to them brothers as well who done some time or doing time, because there's brothers. Listen, some of these bars reach people behind the bars. And if you there, Work on your case. Keep your head down. Stay out the way. Don't get caught up in no drama. Don't speak behind nobody's back. Don't take nothing that ain't yours. Work on your case. Mind your business. Pray to the Most High. He can free you. Don't matter what you did, man. If you repent in there and live a lifestyle to seek repentance, study to show yourself approved, get those books, read. I don't know who this message for, but it's for somebody. Do what you got to do and get up out of there. Pray the Most High free you and have faith. And have faith. And even if you down there, even if you in there in that for life, if you there for life, according to the books, the Most High can change that too. He can change that too. But time is at hand, man. You know, hopefully this message was resounding to a lot of you brothers out there, a lot of you sisters as well who just want the fast dollars. It's not worth it. Ladies, cover yourselves up. The OnlyFans money is not going to last long. It's going to come and go. And then on top of that, it's going to be hard for you to get a job working OnlyFans. You're going to be known for that. Settle down. Get yourself a husband. You brothers, get off them streets. If it's anybody trying to keep you in them streets and you trying to get a gig, you know that person ain't for you. You know, pay attention to the energy around people. But anyway, all praises to the Most High. I hope y'all have a great evening. I want everybody to, do me one solid. Like the video, spread the content everywhere. I got more content coming very soon. It's always an honor and a pleasure to build with y'all. Continue walking upright. Y'all have a beautiful evening. Support the work at newbreed.love. That's right, because while we talking about money and the love of it, we got our own currency. It's called the Love Note, newbreed.love. Stimulate the economy of your own people. Do something out of love. Instead of donating to a cash app, send your contributions to newbreed.love, and in exchange, I will send you a digital love note that will give you infinite discounts on all merchandise in our network. Of course, you only can use it one time on each site, but every site that we add, you will be able to use your discount code to get discounts. So you're saving money ultimately just by showing love. But all praises to the Almighty. I want y'all to have a blessed one. With that being said, shalom and peace.